Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and today I will be making for you the final soap video in our Wicked collection, and that soap, like the title suggests, is the Wizard. We did have one additional soap in our Wicked collection, Field of Poppies, and I'll put a picture up on the screen here so you can see that, but we did not film the making of that because it was made after we made the majority of the Wicked collection. For this soap and the initial kind of planning around it, I was initially inspired by the name of the fragrance oil, and that name is Over the Rainbow, and it's by Brambleberry. And I wanted maybe to have like a Dorothy themed soap, but Dorothy's not really in the movie. So then I was thinking, what other characters were in Dorothy's world and also in Wicked? And I thought, the Wizard. Of course. So we are using that as the inspiration. This fragrance oil is a really tasty blend of some citrusy notes, some apple, some apricot as well, but there's some sandalwood and musk to really cut down on the sweetness of the fragrance. So it is a nice kind of pleasant fruity scent. I really like it. For the design, I was inspired by the original Wizard of Oz movie before Dorothy goes to Oz. So I wanted black and white as the primary design scheme. For our black colorant there, I used some black pearl mica, which is my favorite. And then I also used some celestial silver, which I used in the Galinda soap as well. So it's kind of a bluish silver color, and I thought that would go well with that black pearl mica. I have added 1 tablespoon of oil to the base batter, put that, a third of it, into our slab mold, and then I added 2 additional tablespoons of the mica that's suspended in oil to get a nice graduated effect. I had 5 tablespoons of oil in my mica blend there, and it's easy to dose out your color to make a nice gradient pattern when you do that, so you know how much each layer needs. So 1, and then I did 2, and then I'm going to do 2 more to get a nice kind of smooth effect. But for the design scheme, I didn't just want a black and gray soap because it's not terribly exciting, and the scent deserved a little something extra. So I was thinking, what else is in the Wizard of Oz that's iconic? And I thought ruby slippers, especially from the Wizard of Oz movies, because the ruby slippers are such a key point of the whole movie. So we're gonna do a ruby red mica line between each of the gray layers, and then I wanted to bring in a little kind of turbulent effect to reference the tornado from the beginning of the movie, how Dorothy gets to Oz. Once I have that mica down, I'm going to use my scraper to break the fall of the next third of soap batter here that's slightly grayer than the bottom layer. You'll know if you've watched our videos or if you continue to watch them, I'm not really one to measure the weights of the layers to make them super even. I more eyeball it because our designs that I come up with or that Zach comes up with aren't necessarily the most exact designs. They're a little more abstract, a little more free-flowing. We like the nice kind of crisp, clean designs as well, but how we make soap, we prefer something a little more flowy. It kind of fits more in with our brand as well. Not saying that it won't ever happen, it just usually doesn't happen. Once that second third of the soap is down, I will put in the remainder of that custom blackish gray mica blend into the remainder of the soap batter, but I'm not going to stir it because the soap batter is setting up a little bit. I'll then go in with my bar spoon on the layer that is in the slab mold and get that nice kind of stormy design added into that layer as well. Once that is nice and kind of roughed up, I'm going to go in and stir up our soap batter just quickly to make sure it is nice and well incorporated. Also, this is a good kind of temperature gauge to see how quickly you need to move, to see if you need to like really hurry or you have a little bit more time to play with the mica layers and all of that kind of stuff. Once I stirred this, it kind of thinned out again, which is nice. Some fragrance oils do not do that. This is one that did. It also didn't accelerate at all. Just a triple layer soap, you sometimes run into issues where it's setting up towards the third layer, which is perfectly understandable because this takes a little more time than just like 1 or 2 layers. I'll then go in with the remainder of that ruby red mica. This is a custom blend I did. I think it's Trial by Fire and like Merlot mica or something like that, to get a nice kind of red vivid color, but also a little shimmer, because Trial by Fire mica, which is the best true red colored mica that we've used, doesn't really have a sparkle to it. Once I have that layered down, I will go back in with the remainder of the soap base, and we will again pour over our scraper to break the fall. We're probably to the point in the soap making process where this isn't 100% necessary. However, if you've made it this far, you might as well be cautious and make sure that you don't break that mica layer, because then that looks a little weird. So even though we have kind of a jagged mica line, if you break through the mica with your soap batter, it tends to not look as nice. So you don't want to do that. But we'll scrape out the container, get out as much soap batter as possible, and get that into the slab mold. And then we will level this out. This is another soap where I didn't have a super clear idea for the top of the soap. And that's my goal for 2025, is to have a better idea of the top design for the soap. Because usually I have a pretty good idea of what the inside is going to look like. I'll put a picture up of my design that I drew for this through my iPad. And I did pretty closely reference this. I was wanting to go for something a little tornado-y, so swirly and twirly, and I was doing that here. I just was kind of going with the flow and seeing what worked. But I want to have a better idea of what the top should look like. That's for some reason the hardest part of the soap making process for me, is what the top design should be, because I don't want to just do the same exact thing every single time. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just like to do a lot of fun, different creative things, which is half the fun of soap making. And then to kind of reference the silver screen effect of a black and white movie and the glitz and glam of when Dorothy goes to Oz, I'm going in with some just white mica in an atomizer. This is going to add a nice shimmer to the top of the soap, but not add color, which is what I was going for. So it just kind of looks a little more silvery and shiny and not quite so flat. And then I wasn't satisfied with that, so I went in with the same pink glittery mica that I used on the Galinda soap, I think, to add a little extra shimmer. This is to reference again the ruby slippers from the movie. And then we'll tuck this away. 24 hours later, it is time to unmold and slice up. And I did steam all of our soaps except for the Galinda one with a clothing steamer to give it a little extra shine. They were a little soda ashy from the temperature in our house, or our studio, I should say. So I just wanted to remedy that before we sliced up every bar, because it's easier to steam the slab than it is to steam 30 bars of soap. And then I'll go in with our vegetable peeler, also known as our soap beveler, and clean up the edges. I didn't do this when I was making this soap, so I'm doing this now. Then we'll get out our slab splitter, and you can see that nice kind of gold and red shimmer there, which is super, super pretty. I think that might have been gold enigma mica in our atomizer, not white, which is fine. They both look white, just one has a gold shift to it and one has a white kind of shimmery shift to it. And then you can kind of see off to the side there those layers and that nice graduated color from the light silver to the darker kind of dark gray, almost black color, which is what I was going for. And then it is time to break out Dorothy, and again you can see that nice shimmer on the top there. It looks kind of blue, the soap does, in the camera here, but it is definitely gray in person. I think it's just the yellowish lights that I have on that are making it look kind of blue. And then we get to see our design, and that is exactly what I was going for. Those nice kind of jagged ruby red mica lines, the graduated gray. This soap is probably my favorite in terms of design for this whole collection. It turned out as close to what I had planned as like in person and on my drawing. The other ones all look really nice too. This one just was the most kind of effective translation from paper to real life, so I would give myself an A for the design here. The scent is really nice too. It doesn't necessarily match the design, which I also kind of like, because this is a little kind of, it's not boring, but it's not fruity looking and like bright and airy. So you smell this gray soap and you're expecting like something maybe a little more woodsy, but you get this nice kind of fruity floral soap. But that is it. That is our Wizard soap, which will be for sale. Well, it's for sale now through whenever it sells out, so grab yours while you can. Our whole Wicked collection minus Green Elixir is still available as well, so check out our website or come see us in person to snatch those up. Thanks to our subscribers. If you want to become a subscriber, check out our link below. You get soaps, candles, or bath bombs each month from us, extra rewards points, shout outs at the end of the videos, all sorts of fun things. We really appreciate each and every one of our subscribers. They really help us out a lot. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below what you think our next month's collection is going to be. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell icon so you get notified when we release new videos. Thanks. Bye.